Hi everyone, so if you've been watching my channel you'll have already seen that I've already done a camping makeup and a sort of what's in my wash bag video. I actually went camping last weekend, and if you didn't know, in the UK it was really hot last weekend. It was pretty much 30 degrees on the Saturday, slightly cooler on the Sunday and slightly cooler on the Friday, but really high 20s, really hot, very unusually hot for the UK. We normally only get maybe one or two bits of weather that's hot a year, so we're not normally used to it. So I thought I would go through some of the products that absolutely saved me this weekend, and I've got one product that wasn't quite so good and a couple of things that worked really well despite the heat. So I would say the first thing that was really good was the Pitsbouen Ultralight Dry Touch. This is the body sunscreen, which is really nice because it's so hot you don't really want a sticky sunscreen and one that feels moist after you've put it on. It was just really nice because this dries down to almost like a matte finish, and my partner, he really liked this as well. And same with I've got the face version of the same thing, and I really like this. This worked really well. Some of my other friends who I was with, they tried it and they really liked it. It's much lighter in texture than the body one, because I was wondering whether it was just the same stuff in the smaller tube, but it definitely is different. This also works quite well under makeup, or on one day I just didn't bother putting any foundation, I just had this on because it was just so hot, but that was nice. And then what we normally do is put this on in the morning, and then during the day this Garnier Amber Solaire, this is the clear one, you can see it's got this little strip. This is really fantastic for touching up. It's got a spray top, it's waterproof, you just spritz it on, you can put it on over your makeup and it doesn't smudge it, and you can just spray it anywhere because it's got a spray. You can easily do places like the back of your neck, or like kind of the top of your back and that kind of thing. So that's really good. What was it? Hawaiian Tropic one. It's really nice. If it was less hot, that's exactly the kind of sunscreen I like. The very kind of slightly moisturising, really nice soft feeling one. But it just was a little bit sticky, and when it was so hot and you're feeling very sticky anyhow, it just wasn't comfortable. So I kind of didn't bother with that one. Mentioning being a bit sticky. Sorry, this is a bit gross, but baby powder. Anywhere that didn't need sunscreen on it, baby powder, because it was just, in any clothes, it was just really sweltering. And because we were camping, there's very little shade, or even in the tent, in your tent it's really hot. It's even hotter than it is outside, so you don't really have any shade, so you've got to be out in the sun most of the day. We've got a big like group tent that we all share, my friends that go with me, and at one point we'd all taken all our chairs out and were sat around the back of it because it was the only place that had any shade, which everyone thought was quite funny. So the La Roche-Posay thermal spring water, which I know I slated a bit when I got it in my British Beauty Blogger box, so I didn't really see the point of it. But this was really nice on the hottest part of the day. Just spray a little bit over your face and then it evaporates. It actually makes it feel cooler, so that was quite nice and refreshing. Unfortunately I couldn't have put it in the fridge like she suggests. Obviously we were camping, we didn't have a fridge, but it was definitely nice for the hottest bits of the day. And as well, my Kleenex blotting papers. I've undone the sticky bit now, so you can see the sticky bit on the inside just picks out one sheet for you, and then you just blot it over your face, just like that, and it picks up any extra oil or sweat or anything, but it leaves your makeup behind. And these have like a plastic film on the surface, which is what makes them so good at leaving your makeup intact and absorbing oil but leaving your makeup. And they've kind of got a slightly velvety on the other side, but to be honest, you don't use that bit, it's just to hold on to. But these were really good to do my makeup on, to touch it up during the day. That was the only really touching up I was doing, was just blotting it off. And also by getting rid of the any extra oil or sweat, you're also making yourself feel cooler, because you're letting where your skin is swamped with oil and sweat, it can't evaporate properly, so it doesn't get any cooler. It just kind of gets hotter and hotter and stickier. But by leaving just a tiny bit behind, that can evaporate off, and then it will make you cooler. And then another thing that did really well was my 24-hour colour tattoo. Sorry about that, I'm going to be getting a new camera soon enough. Well, a new phone. This one's getting a bit old and not misbehaving all the time. Okay, sorry. So, my Maybelline colour tattoo in permanent taupe with the primer potion underneath, just considering how hot it was. I mean, the fact that pretty much any other makeup other than that I put on was just sliding off my face. This stayed put all day, I mean, like more than 12 hours. Again, with the eyeliners as well. But mainly this stuff is so good. I always used to get the creasing with eyeshadow, and it doesn't matter what I did, what kind of eyeshadow I put on, it always used to crease, even long wearing stuff. And then I got this, well actually I was at a friend's house and we were going out and I was doing my makeup at her house, and she said, oh, try this. And I did, and I think I went out and bought it the same week. This is actually the mini size, this isn't the full size, so this is actually only £8. And you get a lot in here. I've had this since about Christmas, so 6 months, well, more than 6 months now. I mean, I don't use it every day, but I would say just the little mini one would probably last you a good year. So actually it's much more reasonable than you would think, and it just makes your eye makeup look completely different. It just looks, everything sticks really well, the colours are brighter, and it just lasts and lasts and lasts. And you don't have that thing where you put your eye makeup on and like 4 hours into the night or 4 hours into your day it starts creasing and smudging. It doesn't look as good as when it was when you put it on. Whereas if you have this on, it looks pretty much as good as it was when you put it on until you're going to take it off. It might like blend in a little tiny bit, but normally actually that makes things look better when they're a little bit more blended in. So yeah, rate that, and then I've got a couple more things. Okay, so this is my fail of the weekend. As I said, I got these and I didn't really like them, made my eyes sting, but because I paid for them, I'm going to use them. I did say that. I will still finish them, but I definitely won't be using them more than one day in a row. By the last night we were staying, my eyes stunk so much. I mean, really, really badly when I put these on. Possibly I was like tiny bit sunburned. I don't think so, because I don't really, if I put sunscreen on, I don't normally burn. But yeah, and it also made my eyes sting with something else the next day, which hadn't happened before. So I will keep using these, but I'm not going to put them around my eyes anymore. I'll just use them to take like my foundation off. But I think it's a pity, because I only really use face wipes to take my makeup off, and then I would normally wash my face as well. Or like if I come in from being out or come in from work, then I'll take my makeup off and then just go around barefaced and then wash my face before I go to bed. But I definitely wouldn't recommend these for that. I wouldn't recommend them for washing your face unless you've got really skin that doesn't really react to anything. So not impressed with them. I got them on offer in Boots and they're £3.50. I think they're normally close to £5, which is quite a lot for wipes. They look so cute. I really like the idea of this Yes2 brand, but unfortunately they didn't really work for me. So yeah, that was an absolute fail. Okay, and the last thing, I really don't like when people give medical advice on YouTube. I'm not giving myself advice to anybody, do what you want. I'm just saying that this is what, this was good for me, which is Dorolite, which is a rehydration salt. So it's got electrolytes, a bit of salt and sugar, and when you make it up to the packet directions, all the liquid is in the right ratio, so your body won't, when you pass water, you won't pass this out, and you won't sweat it out either. So basically, so the liquid stays in your body. And on Saturday, I was so hot, I had a really bad headache for most of the day. I was up almost to the point where I was nearly going to have to go to the first aid tent. And I remember that I brought these with me, and they really, really helped. But as I said, that's just my opinion. don't. If you can feel free to ignore me. But yeah, for because it was so hot. I mean, this is third. It was 30 degrees. I was outside running around for the lot of the day, and these absolutely saved me. So yeah, that's everything. Please tell me what your hot weather tricks, particularly if you're camping or not in the house. If I'd been in my house, it would have been a lot better because my house tends to stay quite cool during the day. But yeah, let me know what your tips and tricks are, especially people who live in hotter countries in the UK. Well, I think the average summer temperature is only about 21 degrees, or even less than that. So yeah, let me know. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.